Garrett, it looks like a car. It's beautiful.
I tried all day today. I tried. So.
You know, I'm sorry I missed it. I was not here today at all. I threw my back out working on the boat. Believe it or not, right after we shot that video with the boat, I was taking the cushions from the front of it and like throwing them over the side, and I just made that motion, and it's like, bam, something like going to my back. So I haven't been here at all today. Show me what I missed, brother.
All right, so as you can see, we have the fenders, hood, the radiator's back in it. We also got the headlight buckets and the headlights actually sitting in there now.
Nice.
And then, I don't know, can you?
I cannot, well, yes I can, come on.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should. I'm gonna do it.
Got it?
Where are you going?
Go this way.
Oh.
Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
And then I went through each one of these really massive holes, drilled them, cut sheet metal, riveted every last one that we will not need whatsoever.
This was a cabinet door?
It was a cabinet door. Yep, every last piece of it was a cabinet door that I had flattened and then pre-drilled and went through the firewall and riveted every last piece that we weren't going to need.
Brother, man, the job you did here is just absolutely epic.
I tried.
Just crease, it's perfect. I love it.
I appreciate it. I mean,
is that your first time doing anything like that?
No, in college I did a couple times, but
okay.
I've been out of the game for a while, but then I remembered, you know, when you're doing this, you want to hammer and make these all contoured and try to follow every last little piece.
It's beautiful. The firewall in these cars is such a complex.
Yeah, it was so weird. And then I had to drag this one up just a little bit because it has these double divots right there. I was like, man.
Nice. Now on the inside, go over it just with some silicone. So that
yeah,
if you break a fuel line or anything like that,
Yep.
it doesn't spray into the car.
It's going to seal everything back here, and we're going to put grommets and rubber around this and fill all these little ones in as well.
That looks awesome, man.
I appreciate it. I tried.
All right, so have you decided how you're going to fix the radiator in place?
So what we're thinking about doing is, of course, we're going to have like rubber underneath here,
okay.
and then probably some guards on the side, just so it doesn't, you know, rattle around. And then I don't know if we're going to do a clamp style up here to keep it from doing that or not, but that's to be determined so far. And then I primed the back of it, stuck everything together for now, and we're fixing to go ahead and drill through the hood for the 4 pins that'll be around it.
Okay.
And that's about as far as I got with that.
It looks good. Usually with a steel hood, you leave the original hinges in place, like I did on Plan Z.
Okay.
Right? I took the springs off and all that. I use a prop rod because if you're by yourself, and the steel hood is like, you know what I'm talking about?
We should probably do that then.
Yeah, and well, you're going to cut some bracing out of it, but even still, you can't grab it from one side because it'll get all cattywampus.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll probably do that then.
So, yeah, you just take the springs off and just use the little hinge and just throw a prop rod under it and you're good to go.
Heck yeah.
Awesome job, brother, man.
Appreciate it.
What have your compatriots been up to?
So my compatriots over here, Austin finished up actually going through the head, and I mean, it looks perfect. Like, just rolled out of the machine shop just about.
Have you put a straight edge over it yet?
Not yet. No,
okay.
Not yet.
You got to do that before you call it a day.
Yeah.
All right, but now, look at I've been gone for the day. I just got here, okay? Why don't you show everybody what you've come up with for a leveling device?
John left us alone, and Garrett and I came up with this contraption. It was mainly my idea, so, you know, it's probably not going to work right. This is a piece of wood that I took a Sawzall and cut out of that pallet, and then I wrapped emery cloth on it, took the car battery out of the Miata, and stuck it on there to keep equal weight, and then bungee strapped it. Garrett drilled some holes in it to hold it down so that you can just take it and move it across.
So let's see this thing in action.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. You don't have to push down on it because the battery already weighs like 25 pounds or so. But as long as you take it back and forth all the way,
I mean,
it seems to work.
It is the craziest thing I've seen this week.
You know,
It works.
necessity is the mother of invention.
I cannot argue with what you did here. It's sound. It's actually, you stop and you think about it. If you were just putting force by yourself on the wood, there's no way to know that you're getting an even pressure all the way across.
Just add a battery.
Add a battery, bungee a battery to a piece. There you go, guys.
I don't know how you came up with that.
I come up with things.
I had literally turned around and I seen this and I was like, what are you doing? He goes, trust me. I was like, oh. And he's like, drill some holes. And I did. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
It works. I mean, listen, that's the thing. If you improvise, you do what you've got to do. It works. It's actually a sound idea. It's weird, but it's a sound idea.
Well, hopefully it didn't screw anything up.
No, I'm sure it's fine. All right, so you're gonna level the head, right? But take this
Yeah.
off of here for now, so we can look at the professor's handiwork, bro.
Professor.
You have done the most beautiful job. This is the first set of heads you've ever ported.
Correct.
You've done a fantastic job.
I'll just shoot that. There's a little bit of...
Let's. I was a little concerned at first when I looked down here because this area. Okay, so if this was an LA head, he would have been in the water, but it's actually the form of this head. He just cleaned it up. He didn't dig it deeper than it would have to be. But if this was a regular like an LA head,
It'd be toast.
oh, you'd be in the water. But that's fine. No, you did a beautiful job. Exceptional.
Thank you.
Now look at the exhaust side. Beautiful. Now you gasket match these, and that's how you got the shape?
Just follow the carbon marks all the way around it.
I mean, you've really outdone yourself here. It's beautiful. Now, I mean, I don't have a psychic flow bench. You know, none of us do. But you followed the basic line of sight idea. You took out all of the rough areas, and you know.
This one was a lot worse than that one.
Yeah,
There's-
this one took way more work.
Really?
Yeah, about twice as much work actually.
Why is that?
Just there was places where it was just not even. When you get down here, you just had random bumps and sticking out. Terrible flat. The casting was just crap.
Okay.
Like,
But you aced it. You mastered it.
yeah.
So now you
It'll
have
work.
now what's going on with the valve springs on? Let's turn this back. Now we know we have to take these guides down, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and that's so that the cam. Now you've already spec'd out a cam, but you evidently there's a shortage of.
Yeah, so we would have the cam by now, but Comp doesn't have any blanks
Okay.
for Magnums. So, but they said they will have them at the beginning of January.
Okay.
So, but we do have the cam card and specs figured out. So it's just a matter of getting it in.
Okay. So the cam they showed me the cam card on it, and it's like a 508, 507,
517.
57. It's
Somewhere
whatever
in
it
there.
is. It's just
Yeah,
over
yeah.
just over a half inch, and these things should be good to about 550, 540, 550 lift. But just to be on the safe side, they'll take about 100 thousandths off. You know, but you don't have to be precise with it. Just take a nice slice off each, right? And this way we know we won't have any problem with the retainer hitting the top of the guide. And then valve springs. What are you doing for valve springs?
Hughes makes a kit for Magnum heads. Comp doesn't make the springs for a Magnum, is what they told me. So, so they can't sell us springs, but Hughes does make a set of springs and retainers for the Magnum heads.
Okay.
So we're going to have to swap to them because if they didn't make that kit, I've found multiple things saying you need like RT springs and like locks out of a 2.2 or something weird.
Okay. I'm unfamiliar with that end of the hardware, so
Yeah.
I can't even.
So we're just going to get the Hughes kit.
Okay. Exceptional job, man. I'm seriously, I'm impressed. How many hours do you figure you have total?
Probably 2 or 3 hours each time we came out here.
I'd say more like 15 hours.
Probably total between the two of
Total
them. Yeah,
between
I
the
would
two.
say like
Probably-
two working days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, see, for me to do these, I would say I would put like 10 to 12 hours aside
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be able to get to this point. So, I mean, bro, I'm telling you, I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with everything you guys are doing. It's first time doing any of this stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
you're acing it.
Learning experience.
All right. So what else do we have going on here?
We're waiting on parts. We're
Okay.
waiting on engine parts. So they should be in sometime this week. But while we're waiting on the engine parts, we're gonna start getting the interior sanded and cleaned up so that we can start working in there too.
And we got the headers bolted to.
Bolted to this, yeah.
Okay. So during the week, what I'll do is, Jesus, I shouldn't have lifted that hood. That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
I was coming over there.
Yeah, we were coming.
Yeah. During the week, I'll weld the outside of the flanges, and then you guys can do the grinding to the inside and match them to the header gaskets. Looking good. All right. So careful, don't trip over the cylinder head leveling device.
Patented, pending.
You should apply for that. Take a picture of it with the bungee cord and the type of battery and everything else.
Hey, Elon Musk.
Oh God, he's coming for us now.
Yeah,
coming
he's
now.
going to want that for SpaceX for sure.
Hey, the handling works too. It's easily.
I don't know if I'm proud of that.
Dude, I would be proud of that because that was on the fly.
I mean,
It works.
I'm going to be honest, man. When I walked in and I saw that, I'm like, oh, Jesus. I leave them alone for a couple hours and look what happens. But I mean, seriously, you used your head. It works. You did a good thing there.
Oh well.
Oh well, I mean,
That was genius.
it did the job.
It's going to go to his head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
then
know,
I'm
he's already
gonna
got-
go start.
He's
I'm
already
already
got
got
this
a big-
giant
yeah.
ego. Keep going, right?
gonna
Yeah.
go invent things now.
All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here and leave you to do what you're doing. And next week, what are we doing next week?
I guess we'll be working on the interior.
The interior, we got to make that bracket for the trans tunnel still.
Right. I'll help you with that.
And then after we get all that done, we can spray the inside of it so it'll seal.
We got to get those frame connectors in there too.
Yeah.
Frame connectors easy going in.
There's going to be a lot of welding over the next.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot to do.
there is going to be a lot to do.
Bring long sleeves.
Yep.
All right, guys. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you tomorrow.